Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of Vanilla Minecraft here on the Hope Springs server. I am JobyB3 from JobyB3 Games, and thank you for joining me today. I decided to try a little something different, and I started the episode off with a time lapse. I don't think I've ever done one. I just recently got Sony, not Vegas. Vegas costs way too much, but I bought Sony Movie Studio Platinum, and it's allowing me to do a bunch of stuff. I've used it before, so I just didn't have it recently, so I bought it again. So I am going to start using that, and maybe we'll see a little bit more in the advanced editing and stuff like that. So we shall see. But I want to bring you back, and let's put that back on, but go to here. I did a little something, and I want to show it to you. It is, see, because over here we've got this fantastic brewing station. But a brewing station needs some things. One thing, it needs a way to make fermented spider eyes. Well, we've got everything that we need to make fermented spider eyes down in there. I think anyway. You need spider eyes, you need sugar, and you need mushrooms. But we don't have any place to get mushrooms other than going out to the mushroom buying, or go out to the swamp out there and go pick some and come back. Well, I fixed that. Just like in my house, I created a mush room. Alright, so you can come in here. You can, I'm going to use my axe because, let's just use a block so that it turns into mushrooms. I was in here using my silk touch and got a few of the blocks too, so we'll chop this puppy down. It works for both types of large mushrooms. I hope I'm getting some. I don't see any popping. Should use a fortune pick, I guess, huh? I wonder if that works. I've got my fortune pick on me. It's over here. Oh, look, there's some. Oh, okay. So let's, yeah, this thing's getting a mess in here. Let's see if a fortune pick works. I know it's not the right thing to use, but what the heck? I don't see any difference. Yeah, I saw some pop out there. It was more than one. Yeah, there we go. Right on. Alright, grab up these. And we'll come over here. And we can pop these mushrooms. Only 4? Yuck. And then I have some bone meal in the middle chest here, just a little. I only brought a little with me. I think I actually have some more in here. I think I got another stack. I can go ahead and put that in there. Not a full stack, but yeah, there we go. Fantastic. And over here we have these types of mushrooms. And it works for them too. Take that. Take this. And plop it down. But when you do these, you're going to have to stand like 3 blocks away when you bone meal it. Otherwise, it'll hit you. It does grow larger than that. It grows the slightly larger mushrooms. So let's go ahead and use fortune. Yeah, it does grow the slightly larger mushrooms, so it's easier to, you know, it seems to grow the same amount of outside blocks where the mushrooms grow. You just get a bigger stem, so it doesn't matter either way. It's just here so you can make some fermented spider eyes. I think it only uses the brown mushrooms. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it only uses brown mushrooms for fermented spider eyes. But hey, if you want to make some mushroom stew while you're here, you can craft up some bowls and make some mushroom stew as well. So yeah, that is that. Always remember, when you're using this Hope Springs server, folk out there, go ahead and put away your bone meal and come back. Come back here, grab one of these brown mushrooms, and always leave one planted, because otherwise we'll have mob spawns in here. And I don't want mob spawns in here. It'll spawn right there because you have to have a low light to spawn these mushrooms. And one of the features is those 4 lights up there. What it does is if this mushroom doesn't grow full size, like that one, it didn't grow full size. It can actually grow 1 higher, but if it doesn't grow full size, those lights up there keep the light level high enough on top of that mushroom so that mobs don't spawn. So now that is a spawn safe place because that dirt is covered. So fantastic. So, oops. Put that back. You know what, I'm going to put these blocks in here for each type of mushroom too because I don't need them in my inventory right now. You see I was doing a lot of testing to get the size of the cutout up there, right? So yeah, now we have one other place to do in here, and that's back here. And what I'm going to put in is obviously I took out the Netherwart farm, so I'm going to put one in back there. And yeah, other than that, this place is rocking. We now have the potions. We have all the drops down there. We have enchanting down there. Now we're gonna have a mushroom and our Netherwart farm. I don't think there's anything else I can do in here. I'm thinking when I was out caving, right over that way a bit, there's a skeleton spawner. I think it would be good to create a small skelly farm out there so that we could have bone meal for this and not have to worry about bringing it ourselves. We could just run down to the skelly farm, grab some bones, click up some bone meal, and off we go. So that may be one final project in the future. Maybe we'll do something a little different with the spawner and the killing chamber. You know, instead of doing the same thing over and over again, the water and the 21 block drop, maybe we'll try something different and do a crusher or something. But yeah, that could be in the future. I'm going to get to a little bit of work here, and we'll bring you back when it's time to bring you back. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. Well, here we go. It's done. So I've got all the Netherwart planted. I have a hopper row going here and through that wall, as you can see here. Pull the lever to harvest. Replant the wart from the potion area. It automatically feeds the wart in the potion area. So when you harvest it, you come over here. You grab yourself some Netherwart and you replant. Let's go back here and I'll show you what I did. Alright, so that hopper chain comes through here, comes around the potion brewing thingy, comes to this dropper tower. I had to route this a little goofy. It had to go under the floor here and come around this way, so that's all good. and it goes up and over and down into the Netherwart chest, where you can see I've done a couple of harvests, and we're almost full up in the hopper, and it'll start filling up the chest. But let's go ahead and, I know it's not fully grown already, but let's go ahead and do it. It is completely lossless, but it doesn't completely harvest it all into the hopper. Some get stuck, which is good because you can actually pick those up and replant. So we go ahead and click the button. The whatchamajiggers, the sticky pistons, pull down the blocks. I may actually go back there and clean that up back there. I forgot that I left that. Oh well. But see, one got stuck there, but that's almost good because you closed it up. And come over here, pick up your stack of Netherwart. It's usually a stack, and I believe this is about a stack that it leaves undone here. So the bad thing is that you got to walk around on this soul sand, and it is really, really buggy planting this stuff if you're trying to do it without just just waving it around like you can with wheat and stuff like that. But this is another project I really had fun doing. I guess it is more than 64. So, yeah, come on over. And you grab yourself some more, because there's plenty more to be had in there. Take half a stack, it'll work. And then come in here and plant the rest. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Take whatever you have left and pop it in there. And you're all ready to go. So I just have a little bit of cleaning up to do. But let's see. This ought to be a pretty good screenshot, huh? Let's go F5, F5, and F1. And say I had a good time doing this episode. And we're almost done here at the witch farm. As I said, I may do a skeleton farm, and I'm sure there's some storage that I can put into here. Maybe just a primitive storage system, a room with a bunch of chests in it. But this could actually be a base. Put a bed in here, and you could live out of this joint. Yeah, I mean it's I really like it. I really like the way it came out. I like the mushroom. I don't know if I showed you that. But let's walk on over here and see. I added some chests just for the different mushrooms and for some bone meal. And yeah, that came out really good. I have a feeling I showed that to you. It's been a while since I have recorded. So if you like this episode as much as I liked making it, please consider hitting that like button down there. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, as you can be notified of my future content as it comes out. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I am, boys and girls, I am JoeBB3 from JoeBB3 Games. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Ta!